Welcome to English Stories, your ultimate destination to master the English language. Through inspiring and beautiful tales. In today's video, we present a very special story designed carefully to help beginners improve their skills. Every sentence is short, clear, and easy to understand, so you can follow along without feeling lost. The Seed of a Dream. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful, new story about hope and hard work. Our story begins in a small and quiet village where a young man named Sammy lived. Sammy was not an ordinary person. He had a very big dream for his future. Sammy's father was a good farmer. He worked from early morning until sunset. He wanted Sammy to be a farmer too. But Sammy did not like farming. He did not like working with dirt and tractors. He loved looking at beautiful buildings. Sammy wanted to be a famous architect. He wanted to design big houses and schools. But there was no school for architecture in his village. Every night, Sammy sat in his small room. He took old newspapers and a small pencil. He drew beautiful houses and big bridges. His father came into the room and saw the drawings. His father looked very tired and sad. He sat next to Sammy on the bed. His father said, "Sammy, dreams are like small seeds. They need the right soil to grow and become trees. We are poor, and we have no soil here." Sammy looked at his father's hands. He knew his father worked very hard for the family. But Sammy did not want to stop dreaming. The next morning, Sammy made a big decision. He decided to leave his village and go to the city. He wanted to find his own soil. He packed his small bag with a few clothes. He put his pencils and his sketchbook inside the bag. He had only a few coins in his pocket. His mother cried and hugged him tightly. His father looked at him and said, "Be strong and patient, my son." Sammy walked to bus station. The bus ride to the big city was very long. Sammy looked out of the window for 5 hours. He saw many trees, mountains, and roads. Finally, the bus arrived at the big city station. The city was very large, loud, and crowded. There were many cars and tall buildings everywhere. Sammy felt very small and a little scared. He did not know anyone in this big place. He started walking down the busy streets. He walked for many miles to find a job. He stopped at a big construction site. He asked the manager for a job. The manager looked at Sammy's clean hands and laughed. He said, "You are just a young boy from a village. You cannot work here. Go away." Sammy felt very sad, but he did not stop. He went to another construction site and then another one. Everyone told him the same thing. Night came, and the city became very cold. Sami did not have money for a hotel room. He did not have money for dinner. He found a small wooden bench in a quiet park. He sat on the bench and held his bag tightly. He was very hungry and his feet hurt. He remembered his father's words about the seeds and the soil. He said to himself, "I must be patient and strong." He closed his eyes and slept. The next morning, Sami woke up early. He walked down a small, narrow street. He smelled the beautiful scent of fresh wood. He saw a small, old carpenter's shop. The shop was full of wood, tools, and dust. An old man was working inside the shop. The old man's name was Mr. Elias. He had gray hair and very kind eyes. He was trying to move a heavy piece of wood. Sami ran inside the shop to help him. Together, they moved the heavy wood to the table. Mr. Elias smiled and said, "Thank you, young man." Sami looked at Mr. Elias and spoke. "Honestly," he said, "I need a job, but I do not need a high salary. I just need a place to sleep and some food." Mr. Elias looked at Sami's honest eyes. He saw the passion and the determination in the boy. He said, "Okay, you can stay and help me." For 1 month, Sami worked very hard every day. He cleaned the shop every morning before Mr. Elias arrived. He organized all the tools perfectly. He also learned how to cut wood with precision. He learned how to use the saw and the hammer. He never complained about the hard work. In the evenings, Sami sat in his small corner. He drew designs for beautiful wooden furniture. Mr. Elias saw the drawings and was very surprised. One sunny afternoon, a very rich man came to the shop. He wanted to build a unique balcony for his big house. He showed his ideas to the other workers. The other workers looked at the ideas and shook their heads. They said, "This design is too difficult and impossible to build." The rich man was angry. Sami walked to the rich man and said, "I can design and build it for you." The rich man looked at Sami with surprise. Mr. Elias nodded and said, "Trust him." Sami worked on the design for 3 days and 3 nights. He used his math skills to make it safe. He drew every small detail on paper. Then Sami and Mr. Elias started building the balcony. They worked carefully with the best wood in the shop. After 1 week, the balcony was ready. The rich man came to see the finished balcony. He looked at it for a long time without speaking. Then, a big smile appeared on his face. He said, "This is absolutely beautiful and incredibly strong." He paid Mr. Elias a lot of money and gave Sami a big bonus. Word of Sami's talent spread fast. Many rich people started coming too. The small shop. They all wanted Sammy to design things for their homes. Sammy became a famous builder in the city. He earned a lot of money over the next few years. He bought a nice house and a big office, but he never forgot his small village. 10 years later, Sammy decided to return to his old village. He drove a nice car and wore good clothes. The villagers were very happy to see him. He went to his father's house and hugged him tightly. He showed his father his success and his hands. His father wept with joy and pride. Sammy did not use his money just for himself. He bought a large piece of land in the village. He started building a big, beautiful building. It was not a house, it was a modern school. For all the children, the school had big classrooms, a library, and a room for drawing. On the first day of school, all the children gathered outside. Sammy stood in front of them and smiled. He wanted to share an important lesson. He told them, "Success is never free in this life. You must pay for it with your time, your patience, and your hard work." He pointed to a small tree he planted near the school. He said, "A small seed can become a giant tree if you water it every day. Never stop dreaming." If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.